for this video isn't too, bad or too fucked up. There's a fan blowing in the background, so uh, it's gonna affect it, but um, I need the fan, man. So hopefully the recording, so hopefully the audio is not so fucked up. I don't have a professional setup, as you can clearly hear, but let's go through this article. Um, Everything you need to know about the Eden Ang sexual harassment scandal. Okay, for you guys, I don't know if you're outside Singapore. I am currently in Singapore, and these are sort of the names that you hear really often in it's sort of a local celebrity thing. They're also kind of big on YouTube too, but it's more of a local thing. But I wanna I wanna talk about this article because this is sort of thing that really grinds my gears, so to speak. We've all been hearing about this terrible Me Too movement and this Times Up movement, going all around in the United States, and it's happening everywhere. It's also happening here. Like this sort of movement, this is the sort of thing that I'm talking about. When something happens in the U.S., in the United States, this United States, as someone once put it, it's a show that everyone's watching. United States is a country where it's a show, it's a really popular show. Everyone around the world, okay, at least or most people around the world would kind of know what's happening in the United States. So whatever happens in the United States, it's slowly, you know, United States is a pretty big influential, country. Whatever happens there slowly kind of seeps into every other country, or it slowly seeps into the rest of the world. So this is what I'm trying to say. So whatever happens to you guys in the US, it's gonna happen to us. It's gonna happen to people at all the way on the other side of the planet. So you know this is why I want to talk about this. And here we go. You know, you know, we talk about what we see with this movement, this Me Too movement, this Times Up movement, whatever. It's just female entitlement, going through the roof. Now, I'm not saying that every woman are like that, but I think you know at this point, I think it's just safe to assume that that would be the case because you never know, who's a psycho. You never know who are the people around you that are potentially crazy or could ruin your fucking life. Okay, so okay, here's Eden Ang. Eden Ang over here. He's a as I've already said just now, he's a local celebrity. But here we go. Okay, so in the midst of the Me Too and Times Up movement in the United States, Singapore is also currently having a bout of wokeness. Wokeness. How the fuck is that wokeness? Okay, like what? Men, all men are harassers, right? All men are sex crazy psycho, right? Right? You know, as long as men have power and there's a woman beneath him, that man is gonna use that woman. It's not like women can lie about these sexual harassment cases, these sexual allegation cases, you know. Or there's this thing that women like to do a lot, which is plausible deniability. To set up enough room for them to claim plausible deniability. Like she could send out all these signals, but at the same time, she's not firm enough with her decisions, so she can at any point of time pull it back and say that, oh, I didn't mean for that to happen. You know, I didn't mean for that. I was not into him. She could easily say all of that, and people wonder why fertility rate is going down. Okay, it's not only you guys in the US that's having experiencing low fertility rate. Singapore is also having it too. Yes, it's that bad. It's going all around the world. Like as long as you are a developed country, as long as you are a developed country, you are gonna experience a drop in fertility rate, and let's just move on. With social media used as a platform to call out the prevalence of sexual misconduct in professional environments, again, okay, maybe there are men out there that are using their powers to sexually to take advantage of a woman, you know, sexually or something. But at the same time, There's this thing called lying. Everyone can do that. Women can also do that too. Okay, you gotta take things that okay. But let's just move on. Though there's nothing of the Harvey Weinstein levels yet, people with influence in the realm of entertainment are being brought to task for any unwanted coercion that may or may not have been committed. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. As usually is the case, it's a matter of she said, he said. So let's not get too hasty in pointing fingers. Now that we're done with that, let's get to the meat of the matter. Eden Ang and the accusations of sexual misconduct perpetrated by him. Okay, let's get right to it. Who the hell is Eden Ang? Okay, as I explained earlier, but I think this article is gonna provide a much better explanation of who this guy is. Okay, I've never even heard of Eden Ang. Okay. To be honest, I've never even heard of Eden Ang. Okay, fine. I guess this article will be as useless as my as my explanation earlier, but let's just move on. He's apparently a big time local YouTube entertainer. No, not only that, he's also pretty. He's a local what you call it? He's a local artist. He's a local artist in Singapore. He's paid to host things sometimes. He acts in a show. There's one long running show in Singapore. He's also acting in it, but you know he's not been in it. But I don't know. I've not been following around, but you know it's only this kind of thing that happens. You know, if something happens to a guy that I think it's unfair or I think it's complete bullshit, I'm gonna talk about it, man. So let's just move on. But that's most probably because I'm not his target audience. Though he has his own channel going, the 31-year-old is regularly associated with the likes of other local YouTube channels such as Jian Hao Tan, I know that guy, Night Owl Cinematics, and Wild Banana, all of whom are responsible for typical clickbaity videos that only teens and basic as fuck crowds will lick up. Okay, I would agree with that. I don't usually watch these videos. They are very clickbaity, and as you can see, if you were to look at the channel, because I think this is gonna be somewhat important. If you go and check all of these channels, they all have this very provocative thumbnails. You know, all of them are made by. I mean, okay, all of them, almost all of them, consist of scantily dressed women. You know, women in bikinis, women in really sexy tight clothing and all that kind of shit. You know, to bait people to come and watch the video. And you know, you cannot say that these women had no idea what they're doing, had no idea what they are, you know, getting themselves involved in. But okay, let's just move on. Okay, so he can sing, dance, do karate for what it's worth. He's done stints in the now cancelled Netflix Marco Polo, exhausting local drama, yeah, Tanglin, and a number of other small pictures. All in all, a pretty hefty portfolio. So last Thursday, a Facebook user goes by the name of Koru Kun made a huge accusation against the YouTuber. Allegedly, her 18-year-old friend was sexually harassed by Ang. Okay, this is getting interesting. Said friend had apparently been hired for Ang's YouTube channel, and during the course of their work together, she was inappropriately touched by the actor. At one point, the friend complied to Ang's alleged demands for her to strip to her lingerie out of fear. 18 years old. You're not considered a child anymore. You know. You could file a police report at that point, or you could just walk away, or you could just say no. You know, you're not a 10-year-old child, you're not a 12-year-old child where you can be easily manipulated by adults. You are 18 years old. Okay, at this point of time, I can't consider you as a child anymore. You are someone that, you know, that's okay. And one more thing, I'm very late to this thing. So this is not something that recently happened. It happened like months ago, but I only recently just know about this, and I just want to talk about it, man. I just want to talk about it. I know you probably shouldn't give a fuck, but this is the sort of thing that I care about. I have to talk about this. Okay, so let's get right to it. No, you're 18 years old. You can think for yourself. Okay, you're at that age, you know, of sexual consent or something. You know, you have the ability to think for yourself. So use that thing that's inside your head to think for yourself. If you're not comfortable with the things that you're doing for this guy or what he's asking you to do, you can leave. You can leave, or you can just say no. Okay. But if you're trying to spin this into something else, okay. I mean, okay. If he is okay, unless he is, restraining you with his arms, he's grabbing you, he's pushing you down somewhere, he's pushing you up against the wall and raping you or something like that, and you really are powerless against that. And okay, you have a point there. You can, and he at that point he's a piece of shit, and you should just ignore him. Not ignore him. Yeah, just let him, let the wrath of the law deal with him. But you're 18 years old. He nowhere in this paragraph you have said that it said that he was forcing you to do the things that you are uncomfortable to do. It sounds like you can at any point of time leave. You can leave. It's just that you didn't want to. I don't know. To make matters worse, the police who handled the friend's report of sexual harassment were untactful and blamed the victim for bringing it upon herself, according to Koro Khan's post, which has since been taken down. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. So I don't know if you want to read about this, but I know this one, the interesting point was saying that, the police were saying that she was dressing inappropriately and therefore she deserved what happened to her. And this is the point where you try take note of this. Take note of this. This is what they're saying. They're saying the police said that. The police said that she deserved what happened to her. Which of course, if we were to hear this, coming from a police officer, you're gonna say that, that's a really unprofessional thing to say. It's a pretty unprofessional way to deal with this case. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but I never watched. I want to see if there's anything else. It's all just your fault. Yeah. So this is the one. This male investigator said that it's your fault. There's 3 words, and then now she's of course virtue signaling, trying to say that I'm morally superior to you. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then this is supposedly the screenshot of the WhatsApp conversation that happened between these two. I'm talking to blah 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 now. As you've told me before, he's a very mature and reasonable guy. I've told him I will stop contacting you as this isn't going down a positive path. Thanks for all the great work thus far. Hope you had a good meal. All the best for 2018. I'm sorry for the things. Hey, Andrew, sorry, I just wanted to do it. Okay, whatever. I don't know. I'm to Facebook to respond, neither confirming or nor denying the accusation. What he did, however, was to make a police report of his own to let the authorities investigate the case, which is, doesn't really tell me this is suspicious behavior, because Eden Nang at this point, he's suspecting that he has some false allegations going on, and the thing that she should have done in the first place, when she felt that this guy made her do uncomfortable things, she should have she should have filed a police report immediately. Like, come on, you've heard the police, you heard about that before, right? You're not that stupid. Like, come on. And he, supposedly the perpetrator, he is filing a police report because he thinks that something, there's a false allegation that being thrown around, and that's that involves him, being the perpetrator. So now he's the one that's filing a police report, which is the logical thing to do. Not like things happen and then you bring it out to social media first. You bring it out to fucking social media first. Like, come on. Yeah, of course, because social media can do things for you. Yeah, other than just getting attention for you. How about just file a police report? The sensible thing to do, because the guys that are gonna be there. Okay, I don't know what happened here. But because why I said that, or I'm suspecting that she did not, um, go to the police, is because much later you're gonna see another post from the police, itself, contradicting a lot of this friend's post. Okay, so let's just move on. So next came along the fellow YouTuber influencer Dkosh, that guy, who revealed he actually knew the details of Ang's alleged sexual misconduct in a rant that lasted, caused rail against the police officers' apparent mishandling of the case, and brought insights into what reportedly transpired. Girl is 18. They met at a boxing match. Took video of Ang. Ang replied to Instagram. He hired her to be his personal assistant. Sometime later, Ang controlled the way that she dressed, asked her to cover up on one day and dress different on another. She said she preferred to dress professionally on both days. Good girls listen to daddy. You should call me that actually, which I think there was no evidence of that happening, but whatever. Further down the text message, she told him, "Don't touch me." He replied, "You wish." Okay. She went on to remind him that she had a boyfriend, to which he responded along the lines, "I'm not caring." Jumping forward, messaged her to wear a cute G, and refused. Ang told her to listen to daddy and show her the best asset. Later on, the girl told her to take off her pants, and allegedly smacked her. Okay. No, it could be doctored. So now there's a denial part. It took a couple of days, but Ang finally spoke up against in the aftermath. According to the YouTuber's post yesterday, he's been receiving death threats and is even seeking legal action against the people who continue to cast malicious accusations. "I did not take advantage of anyone. I recognize that incidents like this have often play out in a he said, she said situation. But my conscience is clear and I have the records to support this. So I have pointed out that I should publicly share details to prove my position. However, I will not be sharing any further details on identity or communications out of respect for everyone's privacy. Any further discussions can be through the authorities," which is, the best way to deal with things. Ang then went on to outrightly state that receiving unwanted attention at times from naysayers and competitors are part and parcel of his profession. So yeah, he's basically saying that folks are lodging fake sexual harassment case accusations because he's a star. Yeah, he's a star. I'm gonna whatever. Okay, so you're gonna say that. So the police force versus Koru Khan. Okay, let's go through this. The police force put out its own statement regarding the case, taking issue with the fact that the alleged victim's friend made some pretty serious claims. Yeah, she did. Really, she did. About police officers from the Clementi Police Division. Police are calling the post unfounded and false, stating that the police who handled the alleged victim's report carried out his duty professionally and it now spurned her away. In fact, that it was alleged victim who has yet to officially lodge a police report, despite the police continual attempts to reach out to her. This is what I was saying just now. Okay, if you are thinking just now like, oh, but the Koru Khan said that they went to the police first. I'm saying that I'm heavily suspecting that she did not go to the police first. Instead, she wanted to paint herself as a victim. She was more concerned about getting more attention from people rather than to let the authorities take over the case. Why? Maybe because she has something to hide. Maybe because not everything that she said is necessarily true. Maybe, just maybe, she did not even go to the police in the first place. She did not. She didn't go to the appropriate authorities to handle the case. Instead, she wanted to use this so as to get attention for her. Which, if that's the case, you are what's wrong with this world, bitch. You are a scummy, scummy, scummy little bitch. Okay, I don't care if you're 18 or what. Okay, you have the mental capacity, to think about your own actions, and that is a really scummy thing to do. And you're a bitch. You're a fucking bitch. You are you are a professional victim. You want to be a victim. You are just scummy as fuck. Okay, fuck you, bitch. Okay, you slimy, slimy, slimy little cunt. False online allegations against a police officer. A netizen, Koru Khan, posted online on the 25th of January 2018 that her female friend was allegedly molested. In a post, Koru Khan also made the allegations against an investigation officer from the Clementi Police Division. These are serious allegations against the IO, and we have looked into it. We wish to clarify that the allegations are unfounded and false. The IO carried out his duty professionally. We attended to the female friend. Oh, god damn it. fuck, no. I, I don't even have Facebook. Come on, I don't even have Facebook. Fuck that shit. Uh, looked into it. We wish to clarify that allegations are unfounded and false. The IO carried out his duty professionally when he attended to the female friend. The IO did not make any insensitive remarks, contrary to what has been alleged by the Kuro Khan. Neither did the IO turn Kuro Khan's female friend away. Rather, the female friend informed the IO of her own accord that she needed time to consider about lodging a police report. She did not even lodge the fucking police report at all. Okay, she did go to the police, but she did not officially lodge the police report. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? Didn't you get sexually harassed? Didn't you get sexually assaulted by this guy, by this Ang? What's stopping you from lodging a police report? Unless because you have something to hide. Because not what everything that you said is true. Not everything that you said is true. And that you're just being a slimy little cunt. Okay, that's what you are. You're being a slimy little cunt. Because whatever you're saying is not true. And you know it, you little bitch. Following Kuro Khan's online post, the police have requested Kuro Khan's female friend to come forward to lodge a police report. However, she has not been forthcoming in her accounts to the police and has yet to make a police report, despite our continual efforts to reach out to her. The police take a very serious view on all complaints and all allegations made against our officers. Such complaints will be thoroughly investigated, and if substantiated, the police will not hesitate to take any actions against any errant officer. However, we also cannot condone malicious allegations against the police. If the allegations are found to be false and made maliciously, appropriate actions in accordance with the law will be taken. The police urge members of the public to post information online responsibly. We also urge the public not to speculate or spread unsubstantiated information. Okay, do you see? Okay, you know, Singapore has its own problem. Singapore has problems. Okay, if you're a Singapore citizen, I'm thinking, you know, if you're a citizen of any country, you are gonna have to you're gonna find something to criticize about your own country. But among all the things that that I complain about about Singapore, you know, to my friends, and not over here, because I don't want to do that. There's one thing I gotta say: Singapore is a very efficient country. Okay, and the police in Singapore, you know, is one of the finest establishments in Singapore. Maybe because because the country is small, so they'll be able to catch perpetrators really quickly, to catch felons pretty fucking quickly. So that's it's Singapore. Singapore is a really efficient country, and to say something like that of a police officer being unprofessional, that's something that's not really it's not really it's not in their MO. It's not something that I would easily believe, because the police is one of the most efficient what do you call it? It's one of the most efficient forces in Singapore. It's one of the most efficient organizations or what have you, in this country. You cannot just get away with saying that, oh, they made some unprofessional remarks. They handled a case unprofessionally, because if that were to happen, they would have already been caught. And this country is so small that you can't really you don't really have any places to run away, to run away to. Okay, it's pretty difficult to do that in Singapore. So before you try to say something really stupid, especially now that you're in social media, not just social media, just the internet in general, you cannot just say things. You cannot just say things and think you're gonna get away with it, especially if it's something as serious as a sexual misconduct allegation. Okay, people take this thing really seriously, and you're gonna use this to cry wolf so that you can put more attention to yourself. Again, I'm gonna say, as I've said before, you're being a slimy little cunt. Okay, and you should just fuck off. Whatever. So alleged victim steps forward. Okay, I think this is her. Yeah, Lil the kitty. Lil the kitty. Look at this. Look at this bitch. Look at this bitch. Look at this bitch. Oh my god. Okay, like, oh, fuck me. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this face. 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 Who the fuck? Who the fuck would wanna? Who the fuck would wanna have would risk sexual misconduct with this face? With this fucking face over here? Like, come the fuck on. You're not that pretty, you bitch. You're not that pretty. Okay? I would I would fuck my dog first before I fuck with you. That's how bad you are. You like what? You are not that pretty. You're not that pretty. You're not. Okay, you are an ugly little bitch. You're an ugly, ugly bitch. Okay, private property, no trespassing. Oh hell no. You know, with a face like that, I'm not gonna trespass anything. I'm not even gonna get close to you. You ugly, ugly, ugly little bitch. Fuck me. God damn it. Probably gonna get in trouble for this, but whatever. It's not like I'm a popular person or whatever. But I gotta say something about this. Well, we've heard statements from the police, Ang and even his alleged victim's friend. There was one voice that was absent, and there was the PA in the subject herself until January 30th. That is, yeah, and that's why I'm very late to this. But I just gotta say something about this because I recently heard about this case, and you know, because Singapore is not really you know, it's not really, it's not really a very happening place. It's really just Singapore is really boring. But yeah, that's why it took me some time to really hear about this, and obviously because I'm not a fan of Eden Ang or something, I'm not a fan of those channels that he's involved in. I don't really watch that shit because I see what they're doing. Okay, so but this sexual misconduct case, because I have nothing personal against these people, but this kind of thing really grinds my gears. People lying and not being truthful and tossing around allegations and accusations. Okay, especially with the rise of this Me Too movement and whatnot. Yeah, there's some pretty fucked up shit going on, and I just cannot believe for 1 second that Eden Ang would want to fuck with this kind of face. Like, come on. Okay, you are an ugly bitch. Okay, fine. I should just move on. Identifying herself as Lilith, the woman publicly claimed to be a victim of Ang's alleged harassment with a picture of a white rose, a symbol recently worn by celebs to stand against discrimination. Oh my god! Lilith issued her own side of the story while clarifying some things. Since the scandal surfaced, I encourage every girl out there who may feel the same way that I do, so please speak out. Even if my coming out with this leads to being harassed and my safety being compromised, if I give courage to just one other girl, oh my god, to stand up for what is right, this all be worth it. They're going this route. She's going this route. Okay, I think this video is going on way too long. I guess this is just part 1 of the article. Yeah. So now, yeah, just wait for part 2, I guess, if I wish to continue this. But oh my god, it's happening everywhere. It's not just you guys in the US. It's also happening here in Singapore. Like this small, uninteresting place known as Singapore. One of the most boring and one of the most unhappiest country in the world. Can have something like this. Happen. You have male, not stars. I wouldn't really say stars, but male artists. Getting sexual misconduct cases and allegations and accusations thrown towards him. In a country like this, just goes to show how much influence you guys in the US have over here. And if people ask me, like, why do you have interest in the US stuff? Well, because whatever you do slowly seeps into everywhere. Even seeps here in Singapore. This small little tiny dot. Okay, so I don't want to say anything before I give myself a heart attack. If I give myself a stroke because of how angry I am to this ugly bitch. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna say anything anymore. Okay, so if I wish to continue, I'll continue it. You'll see another video. If not, I'll not do anything because frankly I don't really care. I don't really care. But yeah, I just gotta say something about this. I just gotta record myself and do something about this. I just have to. I can't explain why. I just have to.